Hey everybody, welcome to the VGA Podcast, where we talk all about video games, movies, TV shows, whatever we've been watching or playing that week. My name is Caleb, and the other half of the VGA Podcast is Alex. Welcome as always, Alex.
What's up?
And today our show is Christmas themed. Since it's December now, we're getting in the Christmas mood. So we have a multiple choice quiz all about Christmas movies. And then we also have a music quiz based around the best winter-themed video game levels. And then after that, we're going to be talking about Godzilla Minus One. We both went and saw that this week, and we'll give our review on that and discuss that. And then we're also going to be talking about Monarch Legacy of Monsters Episode 4. And then just anything else, we may talk about GTA 6 since that has a trailer out, and then some other things.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we can go ahead and get started with the Nerd Pop quiz. So Merry Christmas. Let's talk about Christmas movies.
Let's do it. I'm excited. I love it.
Okay. So same as normal. I'm going to give you the question. If you could answer it without needing the multiple choice, you get 2 points. If you do need the multiple choice, then it'll just be 1 point if you get it correct. So, first question. What were Frosty the Snowman's first words after coming to life?
Oh, man. I'm not sure. Frosty the Snowman.
Yep. Going back a ways.
Isn't that movie kind of sad?
Yeah. I mean, he disappears at the end. It's been a while since I've watched it, to be fair, but yeah, I think it's kind of sad.
Doesn't like someone get it? I don't remember. I'll need multiple choice. I haven't seen this one in a while.
Yep. Okay, so Frosty the Snowman's first words were they Happy Birthday, Merry Christmas, Hey Kids, or It's Cold Out Here?
99% sure it's cold out here. Final answer.
Final answer? I'm sorry, it's Happy Birthday.
Really?
Yep, it's his birthday.
Wow. Wow.
Yep.
Off to a bad start.
That's okay. This is going to be covering a lot of movies, and there's a couple that I'm not sure you've seen, so, you get a little bit of slack for that. In A Christmas Story, what was the secret message that Ralphie deciphered from the Little Orphan Annie radio show?
Trying to remember. It was wasn't it he was to like drink something. You need multiple choice. I don't remember exactly.
Okay.
I think it was to drink something.
Was the secret message eat your vegetables, milk, it does a body good, where's the beef, or be sure to drink your Ovaltine?
D. Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Final answer.
That is correct. Yay! Yes, nice. All right.
Well, I love having the grunt celebration for the.
Yeah, I love that sound. It brings back memories of headshot and grunts. All right, moving on to Home Alone. In Home Alone, what is the nickname of the pair of burglars who try to break into the McAllisters' home?
They are the Wet Bandits. Final answer. Or just Sticky Bandits.
Okay, Wet Bandits. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, I love Home Alone.
Yeah, I still haven't seen one, so I still haven't seen it, so I wasn't sure how prominent that was in the movie, but nice, very good. In A Nightmare Before Christmas, what is the name of Jack's ghost dog?
Um, it's oh man, I'm having a brain fart. Um, oh my god, I think of the name. It's Zero. Final answer, Zero. Right? Yeah, yeah.
It
I'm
is
confident
Zero.
there.
Yep. Yes, sir. Good job.
Took me a minute.
I threw in
You've
the
seen
name
that
of.
one, haven't you?
Yeah, I've seen that one. I threw in the
Yeah.
name of your dog just to.
Yeah, goes.
It fits for that too. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of, yeah.
In The Santa Claus, where do Scott and Charlie go after Scott burns the Christmas Eve turkey?
At Denny's, I believe. Final answer.
Dang, nice. It is Denny's.
And fun fact, you see the little elf there
I did not know that. It's been a long time since I've
in,
seen those
in the
movies.
background, like they're walking out. You can see a little elf walking out in the
Oh,
background.
that's funny.
Which people have wondered, like, how is that possible if if he wasn't Santa yet? That was before everything.
Yeah, interesting.
So there's been theories like that they planned it. It's all theories.
Yeah. That's an interesting theory though. That's pretty cool. Okay, sticking with the Santa Claus. What's the first obstacle Scott faces in the first house he visits on Christmas Eve?
Isn't it a dog? You're talking about once he gets in?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a dog, I believe, right? Final answer.
it is. It is a large dog. Yeah, you know
Yeah.
these ones pretty well.
He does. All of those are obstacles.
Are they
There's one of
really?
those chimney. There is one of those chimney. One of the alarm systems does go off in one of them, which might be the same one of the dog one.
Yeah,
And then
okay.
one of them, there's a little girl awake.
That's funny. I literally made all those other up. It must just be in the back of my mind because I do not remember those.
Yeah, they're all in there. I know that because I just watched it like a couple weeks ago. With my
Nice.
kids.
What is the subtitle of the Santa Claus 3?
Um, it is the great. Come on, I've seen so much on Disney Plus. The the escape clause. I was gonna say the great escape,
I heard
but
you say that. Yep.
the escape
That is
clause.
correct. It is the escape clause. Man, you were
Yeah.
perfect on the Santa Claus ones.
Oh, I love those ones, dude.
I can
Yeah, that's
tell.
with Jack Frost, which is probably the
Okay.
worst one, to be honest.
I don't know if I know I've seen the first one. I don't know if I've seen the other two. I probably have,
The
but
second one's good. You've probably seen the second one
I
too. The
probably
second
have.
one's
Yeah.
the third one's not that good.
Gotcha. Okay, moving on to Elf. In the movie Elf, Buddy says the four main food groups for elves are candy, candy corn, candy canes, and what?
Syrup. Final answer. I remember that.
Dang, yeah. Very nice.
I always thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
I love that movie. In Elf, also, what toy does Buddy not like?
Oh, what are they called? There are things you wind up and they pop out. I don't remember what they're called though. Uh, God, I can't remember what they're called.
They're named after a
Um,
fast food, well, like a fast food chain has the same name, if that helps. Because you know it, but you just can't think of the name.
Jack in the Box. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is Jack in the
helps.
Box.
Yeah. I was like, fast food chain. I'm like, wait, okay.
Yeah, I could
It's
tell
called
you knew
something
that one.
different out here.
Oh, is it? What's it called out there?
Jack in the Box is. It's called well, they don't even have it in Ohio, but it's what's it called? And I gotta look it up now.
Okay. Interesting. I didn't know that because I knew like Carl's Jr. was different, but I didn't know Jack in the Box. Huh.
Well, maybe I'm thinking of Carl's Jr.
Yeah, because that's Hardee's.
Yeah. might be thinking of Carl's Jr. JK, JK, disregard. Edit
Gotcha.
out the last 30 seconds.
In Christmas Vacation, what does Clark forget to bring when the family goes to cut their own Christmas tree?
Didn't he forget the axe? Final answer.
Yeah, I'll give that to you. It's used for the same thing. It's the saw, but it was the thing to cut down the tree.
Chainsaw. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. The chain. Yep.
Yeah. Basically, if you would have brought an
Did you
axe, he
watch
would have been
that?
fine. No, I still haven't watched that yet.
You gotta watch that one too, man.
Yeah, I'll watch it before Christmas this year.
Yeah.
All right, well, you're doing really well on these. Let's see what the next one is. What does Clark Griswold hope to buy with his big Christmas bonus in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
A pool. Final answer.
It is a pool. Yep, nice.
Yeah, that's a big story plot of the movie.
Yeah, because then he doesn't get it, right? Or something, he gets some other lame gift or something.
Yeah, there's
Like a jelly thing
crap
I
happens
saw.
with this bonus,
Yeah.
and the movie's so funny. But I remember there's like a scene where he's like daydreaming of a pool. He's like swimming in it in bikinis.
Oh, I see. What's the name of the mountain that the Grinch lives on?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, this one's a little more specific.
I feel like I'm gonna know it once. I'm gonna need multiple choice.
Okay. Does he live on Mount Curmudgeon, Mount Snowdon, Mount Fairweather, or Mount Crumpet?
I'm not sure if I know this one. I'm gonna guess C, Mount Fairweather.
I'm sorry, it is not C. It's Mount Crumpet.
It's Crumpet.
Yep.
Wow, I didn't remember that one.
That's a tough one. That's like a very small detail.
Interesting.
When the Grinch figures out the true meaning of Christmas, it causes his heart to grow how many sizes?
Is it 4 times the sizes or 8?
I'm sorry, it's
4.
not either of those. I'll give you that.
6?
Here, I'll give you the multiple choice.
Yeah, just give me the multiple choice.
Is it 2 sizes, 3 sizes, 4 sizes, or 5 sizes?
Is it 5 then? Is it an odd number?
It is not 5.
Oh my god, what is it?
It grows 3 sizes.
Oh my god, I said like every other one.
Yeah, you literally picked out every other one around it.
I thought it was an even number, because why would you say an odd number with that?
Yeah, well, I think in the beginning it says his heart is 2 times smaller than normal or something, like 2 sizes too small, and then it grows 3 times when he figures out the meaning of Christmas or something.
Okay. I don't know. I just wanted a clean, even number.
Okay. I don't know if you've seen this next one. I don't think we talked about it, but I have, and I like this movie a lot. In Jingle All the Way, what is the name of the hottest selling toy that everyone is after?
I have seen this a long, long ago. I'm gonna need multiple choice.
Okay. Is it Turbo Man, Booster, Dementor, or Tony the Elf?
I feel like it's Turbo Man A, if I remember correctly.
It is Turbo Man. Nice. Yep.
Sweet.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, that's the one where is that the one with Arnold where he has the headache, right? I've got a headache.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a tumor. It's not a tumor.
That's such a funny line. Okay, on to the last question. In Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the misfit elf Hermie did not like making toys and wanted to be what instead of Santa's elf? So just what profession did he want to be instead of being an elf? Just make it a little more clear.
Mm, hmm. Um, think, Alex. Think. Give me multiple choice. I'm gonna know it when I see it.
Okay, did he want to be an accountant, a doctor, a janitor, or a dentist?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's D, dentist.
It is D, dentist. Very nice. All right, so that's the end of our Christmas quiz. You got 24 points out of 30. Very nice.
Okay, not bad.
That means you only missed 3 of them. Yeah,
Okay,
and with such
not
a
bad.
wide range of things, that's pretty good. You know your Christmas movies.
I do. Kara and I have watched them every year the last so many years.
Nice.
All of
Oh,
them, and I mean all of them.
I got a
All
victory
of them.
theme for you.
Ooh, okay. Yeah,
uh,
yeah. Whoa, yo.
very nice. All right. Well, you did really good on that one. Let's see if you can do as good on the. So we're going into guess the game winter levels. So these will be video games, snow or winter or Christmas themed levels. And I'm going to play you the song from that level, and then you just have to tell me what game or what franchise it's from.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
This was pretty fun to go through and find some good wintry levels. Let me just
There has to be a Mario one. That's what I know for sure.
I will never tell. Okay, here's the first song.
Yeah, isn't this Mario?
Is that your guess?
Mario 64?
It's not Mario
Wait.
64.
Hold on. Is this Banjo Kazooie?
Oh, there you go. It is Banjo Kazooie.
I spoke too quickly.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me get you.
Wait a second. Yay!
This is a good song.
The second, yeah, it took me a second. I'm like, wait a second.
Okay. That's 1 point there. Yeah, some of these, since they're all winter levels, they might sound similar. So, yeah, you just jump the gun a little bit, but
Yeah,
you got it.
Well, I won't jump the gun this time.
Okay, second one.
Well, this one's Mario. I know that. Yeah. Mario 64.
It's
Yeah.
Mario 64, yeah.
This level used to piss me off for some reason.
Yeah, this one is a tough one.
I just didn't like climbing that snowman.
The ice part right there is annoying.
Yeah. Especially like with the controls.
Oh man, the controls are rough. Especially the camera, yeah. All right.
I do like it though.
Yeah, great song. Next one. This one might be a little tougher.
Sounds familiar still.
And I can give you the year that the game was released if you need it.
I'm trying to think if there's a winter part in this game. Give me the year.
Okay, this game was released in 2019.
Okay. Dang, 2019. That's. What year is it? 2023?
Yeah.
Oh man. I feel like it sounds familiar though. That's the thing.
Yep.
2019. I don't think there's winter level in this. The only thing I could think of in 2019.
Yeah, what you
It
thinking?
kind of sounds like a. It kind of sounds like a Fire Emblem, but is it Fire Emblem Three Houses?
That's an interesting
No,
guess. It is not. I love that game though.
I do too. 2019. I'm trying to think. Or wait, could it be? I'm not sure if this came out in 2019, but Kingdom Hearts 3. There has to be winter level in there.
It is.
Oh,
Very
okay.
nice. Yeah, it's the Frozen level.
Frozen. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That's probably also why it sounds so familiar, because it,
Yeah,
Frozen
it sounds.
too.
I'm like, what? Yeah, my daughter's watched this 8 billion times. So that's like, wait a second, what is this? Okay.
All
I wasn't sure if that came out in 2019. I wasn't.
Yep,
I don't
it
remember
was January 2019. Yep.
Okay, so barely. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, next up.
This is Zelda Ocarina of Time when you're in the ice caves. No?
It is. Yes, very nice. Knew it right away.
Oh, yeah.
Some spooky, atmospheric winter song.
Mm-hmm. My favorite game ever that I've beaten 8 billion times.
Same, yep. All right, nice. Next one.
Is this Pokemon?
It is not Pokemon.
Okay, what year is this?
Let's see. This was released in 1997.
Okay, so that's like 64 era, PS2 era.
I think it's PS1 era.
Oh, you said 1997.
Yeah, 97.
PS1. PS1. Nintendo 64. So interesting. Is it? Well, we already did Mario. Does it? You don't repeat any?
I don't repeat any specific games. There may be some from the same like franchise-ish
Is it?
stuff, but
Because it sounds like Mario and 1997. Could it be Yoshi Story?
it is not Yoshi's Story. That's an interesting guess.
Kirby Dreamland?
It's not Nintendo, actually.
Oh, not Nintendo.
I'll give you one more guess with
me...
that hint, but this is kind of a tough one.
Not Nintendo. Oh, wait a second. Is this Final Fantasy VII?
It is. Yeah, the snow level.
Yeah.
Buried in the snow.
That's right. I'm like, wait a second. Okay.
Yep, you got there. Nice. Just double check.
Got there after 3 guesses.
Okay. Yep. Just checking on the score. All right, next one.
Oh, holy crap, this sounds familiar too. Oh my god. What year?
This one was released in 2017.
In 2017. Ooh. Well, that's Switch, PlayStation 4. God, it sounds so familiar.
It should.
Is it a Mario Kart level?
You were close.
It's not Mario Kart.
Oh, same year. That was 2017. That was the year Switch came out. Okay, that has to be Super Mario Odyssey.
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
It's Shiveria, the snow place.
Okay, that's right.
It's got such a happy song.
Yeah, I knew it sounded familiar too.
Okay, next up.
Interesting. Okay. Man, I may need the year.
Okay, this came out in 2002.
2002. Okay. So that's GameCube era
Mm-hmm.
and PS2 era. First thing that popped in my head, it sounds like Metroid Prime.
Very nice. It is. It's the Phendrana Drifts, Metroid Prime.
Yeah, it has that spacey sound to it too.
Yeah, definitely. That's one I want to play.
Oh, excellent game, dude.
Especially with the remake. You need to play that.
Yeah, the remake's like perfect.
Okay, next up.
Is this one Pokemon?
It is not.
Nah, why is everything flash Pokemon? What year is this?
This one came out in 2016. And
2016.
I played this game a lot, and this music gives me such nostalgia. I love this. Here's another hint. My wife played this game, and she really likes this game too. I don't know if that'll help you. Might, but...
Okay, well, she doesn't... Well, okay, she played this game.
I don't know if you've played this game. I feel like you probably did, but I don't know for sure.
Pretty sure... if I think... Actually, your wife played this game. That kind of gives me a good hint, because if I remember correctly, you said that she played... Well, besides Diablo, obviously. Is it... I'm gonna guess this, because I feel like you told me this before, but is it Stardew Valley?
It is! Very nice.
Yeah. I think I remember you saying that she really liked that game.
Yeah, it's a great game. We played it together, and then she played it herself too. Have you ever played it?
I have. I have not played like a lot of it, but I have played it.
So you might not have even gotten to winter and heard this great song. Oh. It's so good. Okay. So that one was 8. Next up.
Wow, this sounds familiar too. It's so hard to place it sometimes.
Yeah, especially when they're all winter sounding.
What's the year? That tends to help.
Yeah, this one came out in 2010.
2010. Okay. That's...
So it originally released in 2010, but wasn't released in North America until 2012, it looks like. So that might be a hint too.
Interesting. Okay, that might be a help. Something that wasn't released here until 2012. So it was released outside of the US for 2 years before it came to the US.
Yep. That is correct.
Interesting. I'm not sure I know what this is. Or at least off the top of my head.
So I'll give you another hint. It was originally released in Japan in 2010, then in Europe in 2011, and then North America 2012. So it's a Japanese created game, if that helps. Might narrow it down a little bit.
Yeah. I'm thinking of the kind of. So I think this is that actually gave me a big hint because I'm pretty sure it sounds like. It's I don't know if it's right. It sounds like Xenoblade Chronicles. And if I remember correctly, they didn't release it in the US because they didn't think it was going to do well.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
It is Xenoblade Chronicles.
Okay. Yeah. Now that I see the name and think of it, it's like, oh, like it totally sounds like Xenoblade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. This next one, I'm going to warn you. I don't know if you've even heard of this game. I don't know how widespread it was, but I'll play it for you and then maybe give you some hints and see if you even know what this game is. But this is a hard one. I loved this game though.
It actually kind of sounds familiar, but give me the year.
Okay. This was released in 2001.
In 2001.
2001. And I will also say that this is a Game Boy Advanced game.
Interesting, okay.
And apparently it's on the Switch, so now I know I'm going to go look for it on the Switch because I love this game.
Oh, so it came out in 2001 on Game Boy Advance. Oh, on the backwards, or on the...
I don't know. I haven't seen it on the virtual, but maybe it is. Or maybe you can just buy it. I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
Is it like... Wow, I'm trying to think of games. Yeah, I think this may be the first one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you knew that. You might recognize the name, but you want me to reveal it?
Yeah, you could reveal it.
It is Golden Sun.
I do recognize the name.
It's a great RPG. There's two of them, and they are amazing.
Okay. Yeah, I've never played them.
Very similar to like Final Fantasy, but they have this like genie system, which are kind of like summons from Final Fantasy, but they're like different. Like some are fire, some are water, and they do different things. And yeah, the story is really good. I played the crap out of them on my Game Boy.
The good old days.
All right, well, you got 9 out of 10, and that last one you never played, so that's pretty good.
Hey. I want my celebration cheer thing.
Oh yeah. Let's see. You get.
Yay! Yay! I passed.
You passed. Yeah. 9 out of 10, and A. All right. Those are some great winter levels. Like, this song's amazing. Love Shiveria. Like, I love the songs in winter levels. They're great.
Yeah, that was pretty cool because like each game like
had its own
with the biomes. It was kind of cool seeing doing just winter levels. That's cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
Because winter levels are usually not my favorite.
Yeah, like ice is pretty annoying, and
but it's better than water levels, in my opinion.
Yes, it is. I agree with that 100%. Okay, so now let's talk about Godzilla. Do we want to do Godzilla minus one first.
Sure, yeah, whatever works. I also watched Shin Godzilla too. I don't know if you
Okay,
did.
I haven't watched it, but I want
Okay,
to this week.
okay. Um, yeah, we could talk about Godzilla minus one first, and then we could do the show after.
Okay. So we'll give our scores first and then go into spoilers, and we'll give a spoiler warning before. So, do you want to give your score first for this one?
Sure. As you already kind of know, I freaking love this movie. I loved it a lot. As a matter of fact, I can almost find no faults except for a little nitpicky thing. But my score would be a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
I freaking love it.
I was like between 9 and 10 just because this is our first like movie, and I was like, can I really give it a 10? But like you said, I don't really have any faults with this movie. I think I would give it a 10 also. Like it was really good. I loved it. And we'll get more into it when we get into the spoilers, but definitely the best Godzilla movie I've seen. Um,
Well, same here for sure.
yeah,
Like no questions asked.
and just as a movie, I really enjoyed it. Like it had great human elements to it, um, great monster elements.
Acting is great.
Acting was good. Yeah, I I loved it.
And someone put it like, and this is so true, like this movie would still be a great movie even if it didn't have Godzilla in it. Like that's how good the story and characters were.
Yeah, yeah, I agree
Like
with
it could
that.
have been anything else that's not Godzilla to help him through, it's PTSD and stuff. Like
Yeah, true.
so, but like it was that good. Like I
Yeah,
wasn't just waiting for Godzilla to pop up. Like all
yeah,
the
which
stuff in
is
between was like actually
surprising.
interesting.
Yeah.
And the time period and I don't know, it's just really cool to see like post World War II Japan.
Yep. Yeah, so we'll get into spoilers now. So go see the movie. We highly recommend it. We both gave it tens. So, but if you haven't seen it, you've now been warned.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
you can go
first
first.
and foremost, they're like that beginning, like when Godzilla attacked the island where the kamikazes refuel,
Yeah,
planes refuel. God, that was so good. Like
yeah, it
I
was
was
really
watching
good.
that and I wasn't expecting it. I
I
was like,
know. I wasn't expecting
oh,
it that early. Like, it was right out the
and like the
gates.
way they shine the light, like
Hmm.
they're like, oh, use the light, and they shine it, and like Godzilla just freaking charges at him. Like, oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
And he was like a smaller Godzilla still, right? So
Yeah,
he's
he
a little more
was.
fast and I don't know. It was kind of scary being kind of smaller and fast.
Yeah, that was like kind of a scary scene. And I same with you.
Mhm.
I wasn't really expecting it that early, and he just like pops up, and so you're like, oh dang. And yeah,
Oh,
he mucked them up. He's
I know. Like he's and that's where I kind of meet the main character. He was a kamikaze pilot,
yep,
and he decided to land to refuel and even or to not to refuel. Someone he said something was wrong with his plane or
yep.
something, and the guy's like, "There's nothing wrong with your plane. Are you just being a coward?" Pretty much.
Hmm. And that's kind of
And so
like the
like the
main
whole
struggle with that character is
mhm.
him thinking he's a coward and coming to grips with it. And yeah, I thought that was a really cool theme, a really interesting theme, and especially in the time period where I feel like we don't get that much
Yeah,
directly in Japan right after World War II. Um,
yeah. It's usually Germany or U.S. or yeah. It's
Russia,
usually not
yeah,
really Japan or Russia. Yeah, it's like
like Cold War stuff. Yeah,
hmm I liked the theme and even when he gets back to his home, it's like destroyed and the
yeah,
girl, one of his neighbor, what was her name, Samiko, I think, was blaming
mm,
him. That's your fault, you coward.
yep. That was
Basically,
rough.
everyone's calling him coward. Yeah,
Yeah, like man, he's just been to war. His home's gotten destroyed, and now everyone is calling him a coward. Yeah, that's rough.
yeah, he's like shaming him, and it's like that's kind of like the beginning, and then like he finds, or that girl, like girls running, using the baby,
Yep.
And he kind of takes in the girl and the baby, that there's no blood relation, which is kind of interesting too. Like,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah,
it's like the whole movie. It's like,
it
oh,
was
sorry, what
interesting
were you
how they like felt like a family but not really, and like later on it's kind of
yeah,
explained why, where he still feels like he's at war, still has some issues where it won't let him move on. But and I think they did that
yeah,
really well to show that throughout the movie, where he like won't marry her and doesn't want the daughter to call him dad, and um
yeah. Oh, I felt so bad for the kid when he
oh
did that. I'm
yeah,
like,
I
no, what
know.
are you doing? I was like, dude, this movie, dude, I freaking teared up. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Me too.
there's four scenes that got to me. It was the first one, not the tears, but not tears, not just like tears.
But like
But
choked
four
up.
main scenes that, yeah. So, well, the first scene that we already talked about, I didn't choke up, but that scene was freaking awesome. I love the beginning of this movie.
Yep.
And then another scene is, when he's waking up in the middle of nights and like having
Yeah.
PTSD. The girl's trying to comfort him, and he's just kind of, he just feels not there. Like, am I dreaming? This is all just a
Yep.
dream. I just died on that island or whatever. Like, I thought those scenes were really good. Um, and then the scene um, where they had to tell like the girl's asking where's mommy. Like, oh
Mm-hmm.
my
That
god.
was rough.
Oh, like, oh my god, she's asking
Yeah.
where mommy's at, and like I started getting all teary eyed there, and then the very end, of course, the very end when she sees him and he's cries, I get teary eyed there, and then the scene I
Yep.
thought was really good was after which we'll get into Godzilla more in a second, but
Mm-hmm.
after Godzilla uses atomic breath, which by the way is awesome. She
Yep.
pushes him, saves him, and she dies in quotes.
Yeah.
When he's screaming with like that rain falling down, like that black rain,
Oh my god,
I thought
yeah.
that was a really good scene.
Yeah, that was a
Like,
really good scene.
the main actor, he was so good in this.
Yeah, he really was. He
Like,
did
all the acting was.
the like war PTSD stuff real well, and like
There's humor too, though. Like he
yeah,
had the humor, and we'll get into like the other side characters. But like, what did you think on the main character? Because
I thought
I
he was
thought he was
great.
so good.
Yeah, he really made me. I mean, all of them, like that whole family, that whole like found
Hmm.
family, made me really feel for all of them. The kid, the
Oh yeah, the
what was
kid,
it,
the doc,
Noriko? Yeah, the doc.
the nicknames, right? And
Yep, I thought they were all great.
I did too, and they all had their personality and there's humor. Like, the part that cracked me up was the captain or sailor. I don't remember his name. Where he's like, "No, someone has to do this." And they see Godzilla come. He's like, "Oh, never mind."
Yeah, that was funny.
He's cracking up. It's like, it had good humor too. Like, it
Yeah, it
wasn't all
did.
serious. Um, but yeah, with the side characters, I thought, man, you're right. I cared about all. I don't want any of them to die.
Yeah, the doctor I liked a lot. And yeah,
Hmm.
the dynamic between the like the actual fisherman guy and the kid, the guy he kept calling
Hmm.
kid. That yeah, that it just felt like
Yeah,
they had really good chemistry.
yeah, they did. And even the scenes where they're going over, what's the I don't remember what's the main guy's name in the
Koichi,
movie.
I think. Yeah, Koichi.
Yeah, what Luigi, yeah, when they go, like, even the scenes where they go to dinner over there, and there's talking and joking around, and like,
Yep.
why don't you marry her? Or like, they realize that they weren't married, like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's where it starts digging into, like you were saying, how he's like, throughout the movie you kind of find out why.
Yeah.
um but even those scenes are like,
Yeah,
I
those
don't know,
were.
when like they're hanging out with the little girl, and they're all like, I don't know, just, you're right, it felt like they had a they all had a connection.
Yeah, I cared about pretty much every character in this movie more than any character in like the American Godzilla movies.
Well, for sure. Like, no questions asked. Like,
Yeah.
it's the characters are so much better. And you're right, that dynamic with the fisherman guy and the kid. He's like, you should be proud. You should be proud you haven't been to war.
Yeah, that was a
Like,
really
that's a whole.
that that line really stuck with me. It's like pretty powerful line.
Yeah, because the whole movie, the kid, right? He's like, "Oh, I haven't been to war." He's always so interested about people who have and what they were doing, and
Yep.
he wants to be prideful and fight for his country, and so that's like his whole thing, the whole movie.
Yep. And that makes sense growing up in that time. And that kind of
Hmm.
culture, you definitely would be. But that other guy knows better, and he let him know it. Well, that was good.
Yeah, because you could tell he cares, because at the end
Mm-hmm.
fight, you wouldn't let him go. He's like, "No, you're staying. You're staying." Like,
Yep.
what do you say? He kind of whispered, "Is like, is he staying?" Or he's like, "So you can." What was the line where he's walking away and then like, he kind of muttered like, "We're so you can have the future, so you
Oh
can
yeah.
set
Or
up the future or something."
yeah. It was something like that.
Uh, yeah, basically, so like he can be the future and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just all the little side storylines, and
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'll put it this way: we've been talking about this for what 10 minutes,
And
and
we
we've
haven't
hardly
mentioned
mentioned Godzilla.
Godzilla. Yeah. Yeah. Like
Like,
the theme of like not um them not caring about lives during the war and like having to be better with their like plan at the end. I don't know, like
mhm,
learning from the war I thought was some interesting lessons that they learned, and that doesn't really get talked about that much. I feel like
mhm.
I don't know
Yeah,
how to
yeah,
explain
that's
it,
right.
but
'Cause I mean, they're like at the end, to fight Godzilla. They're like, we don't have government backing. It's us. It's the
yeah.
citizens. Like we're gonna take care of this.
Yep.
Hence, when Doc comes up with the plan and everything, which we'll talk about later. But you're right. They're kind of learning from their mistakes, and even in that meeting, so they all and towards the end, they all have to come up with a plan to stop Godzilla.
Mm,
Uh, and in that meeting, even one of the guys in the crowd was like, our are we gonna die? Like, is it a suicide
yeah.
mission? And he said, like, you have a choice. Like, we're not going out there. We're doing this to live
Yep.
on in the future, not to die. And I thought that was like a really good line.
Hmm. Yeah, it
Uh,
definitely
so you're
was.
right. Like the themes of this are just for like this is a freaking Godzilla movie, and we're talking about like PTSD and
Yep.
like and this guy is suffering PTSD and having a family but not a family and all that stuff with the kid, man. Like God, that I still think about that scene when the girl asks where her mommy is. Oh my
Hmm.
God, dude! Like
Her cry was
I was
like
getting so teary eyed, dude. I'm like, oh
brutal.
my God. So okay, now let's get to Godzilla because we've talked about all the characters. We love the
Yep.
characters; they're funny, good characterization, the themes, PTSD, post World War II. So we talked about all that. So Godzilla, where does Godzilla fit in all this?
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say because obviously the main character he saw Godzilla at the beginning,
Yep.
and then afterwards he got home. He'd have nightmares about Godzilla
Hmm.
and wake up from it, and he has to get a job to make money for his little family, and one of the job is to go sweep mines from the ocean,
Yep. Which makes
which could have
sense.
been a storyline in itself,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Like
But
the dangers of it, and yeah.
yeah, and then of course that's where Godzilla starts to pop up. Man, but let's talk about Godzilla, dude. Like, God, it wasn't Godzilla terrifying. He was a menace in this.
Yeah, he
It's almost like he
was.
didn't even care. Like he didn't even see people as a thing. He's just like he just wants to get point A to point B, and
Yeah.
you're in my way.
Yep. Yeah, I thought
Like,
like the scene that really encapsulates that best is when, I mean, besides like him blowing up the whole city with atomic breath, but like just chasing after that boat and just them looking back and seeing Godzilla just like staring at them was that
yeah,
was
dude,
it,
it's
it was
straight up
like
staring.
Jaws level of like, oh crap.
That did really feel like Jaws, didn't it?
Yeah,
His whole boat scene,
did.
and the way like, and man, when that carrier came and like shot him and stuff, and he goes over there and attacks it, like
Like it
I
was
couldn't believe
nothing.
this movie was only cost 15 million.
I know. That that's
This movie
crazy to
looks
me.
better than Marvel movies that
Yeah.
cost hundreds of millions.
Yeah,
Like
it really did.
it's insane. So there's pretty much four main. main scenes with Godzilla, right? There's the beginning
Yep.
island scene. There is the boat scene when they're in the water.
Hmm.
There is the atomic bomb city scene, and then the end scene when they're fighting him. Those are kind of like the four big set pieces with Godzilla.
Yep.
Uh, and so the next one that we haven't talked about was that city one.
Yeah.
Man, what did you think of that?
That, especially the ending, was intense. It was pretty crazy. Like, I don't know, just seeing that city get, first of all, just destroyed by Godzilla, just walking around and like
Mm-hmm.
the destruction, it looked so good. I could not believe it was made for $15 million. Like, all that stuff looked
It looks so
amazing.
good.
And Godzilla looked really cool, really menacing. And yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
was, and then the blast at the end. Oh my God. It was like,
God, that atomic breath, dude. I was like, holy crap!
yeah, that was crazy.
They made it like pretty much an actual bomb,
A,
nuclear
a
bomb,
nuke.
pretty much.
Yeah. That's what it looked
Like
like.
it looked, and then when he's standing there and you see the bomb cloud in the background, God,
Yep.
it looks so good.
And
Dude.
the
Like I know
sound
he
of
keeps
it.
saying it. Yeah, the sound of it and the way like Godzilla charges up for his atomic bomb is awesome. Uh,
Yep.
so I do have one criticism, and this is like a very big nitpick.
Hmm.
Uh, so the whole thing with that scene is his girlfriend, is the girl that lives with him, the eventually wife
Yep.
of the main character, or
Noriko, I
probably
think.
wife. They didn't get married.
Yeah.
Yeah, she works in the city, and then homeboy is like, oh crap, like that's Godzilla's heading where she's at,
Yep.
and somehow out of all these thousands and thousands of people, in the right moment, he finds her.
Yeah, that's true. That's a Hollywood moment.
Like huge city, dude. They're talking like thousands, like 30,000 people or something like that,
Yep.
and like. He just so happens to be like Godzilla's about to step on her or something,
And
and he
then he
just
pulls
so
her.
happens to be on the right street at the right moment. Like that part, I was like, really? Like
Yeah.
that was the one time in this whole movie. Well, there's one other time too, but I think there's more to it. I wonder if you know what I'm talking about. But that was
Yeah.
the one time I was like, "There's no way." Like how would he even know she's there? He was on the. Wouldn't he go to the trains? She ran away from the trains.
Right. Yeah, she went kind of far away from where she was headed. So it just had to be
Yeah,
dumb luck. Yeah. Yeah, she
yeah,
got
which
like
I guess could
picked up
happen. But come
and
on,
yeah.
it'd be one thing. It'd be one thing if he just ran into her with, like when she was like not about to get stepped on by Godzilla, but it happened at that exact moment.
Yeah.
I was like, but yeah, that was the one time. The other time too was at the very end when we found out
When
that she was
she's
alive.
alive.
I'm like, there's no freaking way.
Yeah, I
But then they
think
showed like that black thing like on her neck moving a little bit. So
yeah. I
people
think
were
there's
saying like it could
definitely
be.
more to that.
Yeah, people are saying that it could be like because they were talking about Godzilla remnants being around the city that could have like regenerated her.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Which honestly, I was thinking about it. That could be what happens in Monarch, why Homeboy is still 90 something years old.
Yeah. Yeah, I have some theories about
Uh,
that too. But yeah.
but but yeah, that so when I first saw her, like it was a touching moment, but I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah, I felt that way
There's no
until they
way.
showed that black sludge stuff and I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah,
there's something else going
same,
on." Like that's the only way
same.
she could have survived. And then they jump cut to Godzilla regenerating, so it's like, well, that's probably what.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But man, that scene was still a good scene though. When
Yeah, it
like he
was.
got there and
That I definitely
with
teared up
the daughter.
at.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
was like, oh my god, they're together.
Yep.
Like, thank God. Like, that's how I knew it was so good because I was so happy they're together. It's a
Yep.
freaking movie.
Definitely.
uh, like they're our dang family over here. We're watching a documentary of our family. Jesus Christ, that's how happy I was.
Yep.
But yeah. Anyways, Godzilla in that scene in the city, freaking awesome, freaking menacing. Like, and
Yeah.
he looks so good. I loved it.
Yeah.
Um, and
I
then I guess the last scene of Godzilla. Oh, what was
I
that?
just cannot believe it looked that good for like I want to see them with a Hollywood budget. Like I want to see how good that is. It,
I
I
know.
don't know. It's crazy.
I have hope because I know a lot of the time with the Japanese Godzilla films, they do like one-offs and they don't do a lot of sequels.
Yeah.
I
Seems like
hope.
they're setting
I
it up
hope.
for a sequel.
I was gonna say. I hope they set up like a little mini universe with this movie because like spoiler. I watched Shin Godzilla, and I know a lot of people loved it, but it was nowhere near this level in my
Oh,
opinion.
really?
No, I guess I'll just talk about it now real quick and without spoiling it. Shin Godzilla is number one. It was made with like a higher budget, and
Okay.
it looked way worse.
Oh, dang.
Like, and I'm not sure why, to be honest, but like Shin Godzilla looks cheesy as crap, which I'm sure that's what like God's old Japanese Godzilla movies like. It's kind of like the cheekiness of it,
Yeah.
but that's not this movie.
Yeah, no. It looked great.
Um, but yeah, Shin Godzilla is more of like the political side of it. Like you're following like Japanese like government making decisions and talking about what they
Okay.
should do, and it is interesting, but like it's not my cup of tea. Like
Gotcha.
like if I were to rate that one, I probably would give it a 5 or 6, maybe an average.
Okay.
But I know a lot of people love that one. It has good reviews too. But maybe I made a
Interesting.
mistake watching this one first.
Yeah, true. You watched it pretty close after this one.
I watched a near perfect movie and I couldn't help but like compare it.
Yeah.
Um, but anyways, yeah. The last scene of Godzilla was the very end. What did you
Oh,
think of the ending and how they stopped him and stuff?
I thought it was great. Like, when you think about stopping Godzilla, you normally think, oh, they try and nuke him or just blow him up. But, like, the
Hmm.
plan was so much more interesting. And I've seen things like that where, like, if you put, like, the water bubbles, it makes things sink. So it, like, feels
Hmm.
like it really could work. And the pressure possibly messing him up definitely is something that could physically work. And I like that so much more than just like, oh, we have this one bomb that could stop him. Um,
Yeah.
and it having to be the like the people and not the government that had to do
Hmm.
that was also really interesting. And the one of my favorite parts of the movie was that scene where he's flying in and it just goes silent. Like that is the quietest
Yeah.
I've heard a
Hmm.
theater. There were a bunch of people in my theater too, and it was like no one made a sound. It was so cool.
Yeah, because it was before that. It was so loud because
Yeah,
everyone was screaming. That Godzilla was roaring and like charging up his atomic breath. Like it was loud, and all of a sudden just quiet.
nothing. Yep.
And I didn't hear. There's a lot of people in my theater too, and like I didn't even hear popcorn. I heard nothing in my
Yeah.
theater. At first, I thought the audio wasn't working. I'm like, wait a second,
What just
this
happened?
is so quiet. But that was cool. Then you could hear the plane. That
Yep.
was which I guess talk about that like with the plane. So like he had to find his buddy to rebuild it.
Yep. Um, I
Um,
don't know about you, but I definitely. So what I originally thought was, when he shows him the like bomb arming thing, where he has to
mhm.
arm the bomb, I thought he was
Yep.
tricking him and being like, "This is how you arm the bomb," but really he was showing him how to like evacuate, and he knew that he would be able to
Mm,
evacuate. I thought that would have been really cool, like so that he knows that like he was willing to give his life, but then he gave him an out that he didn't even know about.
mm.
But I mean, I
Although
was
they,
still
they
happy
used
with
the conversation for that really because he
yeah,
asked him like
true.
he realized that he really would die for to save this girl. So like I think
That's
he
true.
saw that as like okay, he really would do it.
Yeah, yeah, that is true.
But I get what you're saying.
But yeah, the having the eject button, the eject lever or whatever. Um, I like that part. I thought that was
Mhm. Well,
I
yeah,
was
I did
happy
too
that he
because
didn't
he
die.
lived. I
Yeah.
was like, please go back to your daughter, you asshole. Okay,
Yeah.
or
Uh,
not daughter, whatever you want to call her. Don't leave her alone. Like when the fisherman said it, like you dare leave that girl alone,
yep.
orphan.
Yep.
uh, so I really like that too. And they kind of hinted at it like because when he was showing in the plane, they
He
kind
said
of
one more
you know
thing. Yeah, and then it cut
yeah, one
away.
more thing, and then they backed away. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So I figured it had to be that because I mean, what else would it be?
Yeah.
Um,
I also
But yeah, that was
liked
cool.
like when Godzilla first showed up and you just see the ship just flying and you're like, oh man, Godzilla's here.
Yeah. Oh, he's early.
Yep. The ships didn't
And
work.
that was. You know what it kind of reminded me of the plane scenes. Have you ever seen Dunkirk?
I did see Dunkirk. Yeah, yeah,
It kind of reminded me the way it was filmed, like inside the cockpit and flying around. It kind of reminded me of Dunkirk a little
yeah.
bit.
That's true.
Just the plane scenes.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
Um, but yeah, I like the plan too. The plan A and then the plan B is if that fails, load them up and
Yep.
raise them kind of. Uh,
And then Plan
and
C.
the way,
Good thing
and
they
then
had
plan
Plan
C.
C.
Yeah, yes. Shoot, they didn't even know about that, did
Yeah, I
they?
know.
Yeah, that's right. He just had plan A and plan B. And then I like how when he did it, it's like it was kind of cool looking. How so would that plan not have worked if Godzilla wasn't charged up? Because for what it seemed like is the charging up with the bombs kind of seemed like is kind of what like exploded him,
Oh
kind of or like
yeah, I didn't
overcharged.
even think about that, but yeah, it kind of did seem like that, huh? That's how it like set it off. Or maybe just the
Yeah,
plane exploding. Like I don't know.
I
That's a
was
good
trying to
question.
think about that. Like if he would have bombed him without the atomic breath, would he? You get what I'm saying? Like I feel
Yeah.
like the atomic breath kind of set it off, but
Yeah, and it kind of like backfired and caused the explosion to start. Interesting. I didn't pick up on
yeah.
that, but that definitely could be, yeah.
But I thought that was great too. And then we already talked about the ending. That was great. And then, of course, at the very end, they teased like, "Oh, haha, you didn't kill me. I'm regenerating."
Yep. Oh,
Flush.
part
So
2. Godzilla minus 2.
I hope you. Godzilla minus two. I uh,
Uh,
I hope they do, and I want to see Godzilla fight another kaiju. Man,
yeah.
give me some monster for him to fight.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. If they can keep the
Uh,
like human story interesting and do that
yes,
in the next one, that would be awesome.
I know. I'm very curious how. I don't. To be honest, like even if they make a sequel, I don't think we'll ever get a Godzilla movie this good. I'm trying
Yeah.
to think how they would make it so emotional and so. I'm just trying to think how they do that in a sequel. I mean, you could find things, but it will be as impactful as this, the themes of this.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one.
I guess they could play with your emotions as far as like since we care about the characters now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's true. If
either
they bring
or,
back the same characters or make them older or something, yeah.
yeah, because it could be more of like yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you do it, but I hope they do it.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, 10 out of freaking 10, man. I loved it. I couldn't wait to talk about this movie.
Yeah, I know. Let me look at my notes real quick and see if I have anything else. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I had. It was a great movie. I'm so
I want to
glad.
watch it again.
Yeah, I know. I wonder if it'll come out on a streaming service at some point. Well, I guess Shin Godzilla is
Probably.
on
Maybe
Crunchyroll, so
I was gonna say maybe Crunchyroll eventually.
that would be cool. I would definitely rewatch it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, watch Shin Godzilla 2. I'm
Yeah.
telling you right now, it wasn't my flavor of Godzilla, but still decent. Like Godzilla looked well. I should. They do an interesting thing. This isn't spoiling it. Where like Godzilla literally evolves like freaking Pokemon.
Oh, weird.
So like his first form shows up, he looked like I wasn't even sure that was Godzilla. I'm like, this thing looks freaking goofy and weird, dude. Like it looked like
Weird.
some nasty looking aquatic duck on land or something.
Weird.
No, like his last form, like towards the end of the movie, looked awesome, and the way he uses his atomic breath is awesome. So, like, I will say, Godzilla looks cool in his like final phase. The first three
Okay.
phases, that looks so goofy. I'm not gonna lie, dude. The first few like phases of him, like, look so goofy, and you'll
That's
agree when you're
funny.
watching it.
Okay. I'm
But
kind
yeah,
of glad
watch Shin Godzilla.
I'm kind of glad I didn't watch it right away after that. So hopefully like it doesn't I'm sure it still will affect my
Yeah,
opinion of the movie, but a few weeks like a week
just so
after.
different.
Yeah, it might not be as bad.
It's so different. Like this one's more of like a character study, and that one's more of like the political side. Like, oh, what should we do? This government is this, and
I
the
see.
U.S. is trying to get involved, this and that. So it was. I like the more personal, like character study type style.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, you should still definitely watch it, especially since it's just on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, for sure.
So 10 out of 10 for both of us for that one, and for me with Shin Godzilla, I'll say a 5, like
Okay.
average. I don't know though, 'cause yeah, I'm gonna say 5. I'm gonna stick with my gut. I don't care. I don't care. People might disagree, but I'll say average 5.
Gotcha.
But cool. Now we have other Godzilla to talk about.
Yeah. All right, so moving on. Monarch Legacy of Monsters. We watched episode 4 this week, right?
Hmm.
Okay, I'll give my score first on this one. And then we'll
Okay.
go. Then you'll give yours, and then we'll go into spoilers.
Okay.
I think this was probably my least favorite so far. It was still entertaining. Um, I think I'm gonna give this one probably. I'm between a 6 or a 7. Like it was. I think I'm gonna give it a 6 because I gave episode 2 a 7. I think, and I like this one. I don't know if it's. Well, we'll get more into the spoilers, but it just wasn't as good as the other ones, in my opinion.
Okay.
A little slow in the first half, and the monster was still cool. The CG looked great, but some of the character stuff was just a little slower to me in this one.
Hmm. Okay. Fair. So you said what, a 6?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it a 6.
Okay. Uh, I'm in the similar range. I'd probably say a 6 as well. Probably my least favorite, but there's also things I really liked about it. Like I actually really
Sure.
liked the flashback scenes.
Yeah.
Um, I thought that was good, like characterization, like learning about
Hmm.
some of the main characters. But like the current day stuff, definitely not my favorite.
Yeah.
Which we can get in the spoilers. But yeah, I'll say 6 out of 10 too.
Okay. All right. So now we're gonna go into spoilers. So you have been warned. So I did like the flashbacks, but I still feel like so the flashbacks to me made me like Kentaro more, but did nothing really for me for May. Like I still think I still don't really care about May. Like I don't know if you feel the same way,
Yeah.
but like
Um.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I agree because the most you learn, I guess, is
That she has a
Kurt's
sister.
as a sister.
We
Yeah.
still don't know what that's about though. Yeah.
Yeah. But you hit it on the nail though, because I did care about Kentaro more. Like I really liked learning about him. Like I really
Yeah.
did that. This episode really did make me like him more,
Yeah, I agree.
which is why I gave it a. If it didn't do that for me, it honestly could have been a lower score.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Um, but I really like. I don't know. I just really like seeing his history with her, but not even just her, just
And like his
his art
art
shows.
and his
Yeah,
dad and like yeah.
it made him feel more like a character than like
Hmm.
he previously was. Because before
Yeah,
we've just kind of seen him like as her brother that she found.
right. Yeah, the last 2 episodes with Kentaro was like I was kind of losing like I thought he was interesting in the first episode and then it was like he was just kind of there and
Hmm.
then it started to get a little better in this one.
Yeah,
So,
I agree. Um, yeah. What else is there? I'll let you lead this one.
let's see. So the Frostbark like well, one other thing in this one is that there wasn't the like flashback to the original 3, the like even further
Hmm.
flashbacks, which those have been some of my favorite parts. So that's also why it kind of felt,
Probably.
you know, a little
Oh yeah, I agree.
a little worse. But
Those have been the best parts,
yeah. So
especially after last week's.
yeah, I really liked last week's. So the Frostvark like traps them in a cave, or they hide in a cave to get away from it, and then May like falls into that like water part,
Mm-hmm.
and so she's in danger of having hypothermia. Um, and then I don't know, they just run around for a while and then decide to split up, which to me seems like the dumbest choice they could have made. That part was a little weird. Like, why would you ever split
Why
up?
would they split up?
I
The light's there now, but what if the light disappears? Then you would have no clue where they're at.
yeah, and then
It made no sense. And they're, oh yeah, sorry.
and
Continue.
then the Shaw is like later on. It's like, oh yeah, when there's Titans around, stuff gets weird, and it's like, well, that's gonna make it even harder to find you when you're split up. Like what?
The stuff gets weird, and why would you stay together?
Yeah, I don't know. That was a weird decision, but whatever.
I was actually shocked when it actually happened. I'm like, oh,
I know. I did
you're
not.
actually splitting up.
Yeah, that was very weird decision. But yeah, they split up. Kentaro goes off to find that dome thing he thought he saw, which ends up being he did actually see it, and then they go off and go around in a circle and end up back at camp.
Back at the beginning.
Yeah. And then they make a fire, and the Frostvark like freaking steals the warmth, and so they figure out that's what it's being drawn to. And so all of that part was kind of slow to me.
Yeah.
The second half definitely picked up, and there were like flashback scenes in there of like Kentaro doing his art thing and meeting May. And then she gets pissed at him for just taking a picture that she happens to be walking in front of, which, why do you walk in front of someone taking a picture? First of all, like normally you try not to do that, but you know, whatever.
But I did like how you had like that secret little bar, or not secret bar, but
Yeah,
this
that
little
was pretty cool. Yeah.
And I don't know, you're right. I just love his stuff in it, like in the past.
Yeah,
It really made me like him a lot more.
Yeah, he seemed really cool in that. Like he has a hookup at this bar, and he seemed to have like a good friendship with that guy there, and it made him seem more likable, because right now all we've known is him like in a situation where everybody's pissed off, you know, like
yeah, and he seemed like he was like a nice guy, like actual, like I would want to hang out with him.
Yeah, so that definitely helped his character for sure.
But you're right, it did nothing for May. I was hoping. So this was a little nitpick I had. Like you said, they kind of ended up back at the beginning, and Kentaro was right. So they showed up with the helicopter and saved them.
Yep.
And May, instead of like thinking and holding him, and you were right, was holding his sister's hand.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you like all being nice with her? You know, your ex-boyfriend just saved your life.
Yeah, literally. I don't know. I didn't get that either.
I thought it would tie back into like, oh, they have a history and they really did like each other. So like, and then like at that very end, you know, they hold hands and they kind of rekindle. And like, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. Yeah, maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know what they're doing with that.
A good opportunity to kind of spark that up again, right?
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
Story arc.
That's what I was expecting too. Yeah.
So that was a big not even a nitpick. That was a big story element I feel missed, unless they do it in the future. But yeah. I feel like that was an opportunity missed.
I feel like they're still doing something with the mystery around her sister, and maybe that'll, I don't know, do something.
Yeah,
with that,
but it just didn't make sense. So like the whole episode was showing them how they had a relationship,
for sure.
And then in the current time, they're like pissed off at each other all the time.
Yeah.
And why not have this moment where he was right and saved her? And why can't like they have that moment where it kind of rekindles the past? Doesn't mean they need to get back together or anything,
right? Just at least like quashes kind of some of the bad feelings. Yeah.
Yeah, and instead, you know, I don't get it. I don't know why they were trying to build their relationship so much, his sister and May's relationship so much.
Yeah, I don't know either.
So what was she like question. What did she say? Like, if I die, you got to tell my sister. Oh, it's a stuck in Taro. He doesn't know. I'm like, why are you trying to?
Yeah.
It's not that I don't. I mean, it's not that like I don't like that they're getting along and stuff. It's just it felt off when I feel like the whole episode was about May and
Yeah.
Taro.
That's a good way to put it. Yep. And then just nothing
Yeah.
happened at the end. Or yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I
I
agree with
guess
that.
you're right. There's not much to talk about with this episode.
So there are
That's really all that happened.
couple things. The plan to kill the Frostfark was interesting with the jet fuel. I thought that was a kind of cool scene, seeing it like suck up the fire and then like them explode it. So that hole they found, and that they saw from the helicopter.
At the very end. Right.
That I feel like was the biggest part of this episode, because to me that
looked like the Hollow Earth.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. Is that's the Hollow Earth, which I'm excited that they might explore or learn more about that. And actually, I saw a post that there was like satellite footage from, I want to say Alaska, with a hole that looked very similar to that. So I think the CG from that was taken from like an actual video of, like, it took inspiration from that video of some satellite footage we have. Maybe I'll send that.
What the heck was it? What the heck was that hole?
I don't know.
in like real life.
Yeah, in real life. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
That's interesting. Would it be like just the reflections with the ice with?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I might have it here.
That's cool.
No. Let's see. Maybe I'll edit it in here and send it to you if I can find it, because I don't see it right off of that. But yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh, that does look a lot like that. So that's cool if they did that on purpose. But yeah, the Hollow Earth stuff I'm excited for. I'm hoping that they bring that in, which I mean they went in there in Godzilla versus Kong, so it's very much something dealing with the Titans. And they also had that other lady who was picking up the readings. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
She said it was the same as
the desert, right?
Yeah. And she was saying that it's like similar to G-Day, which is when I think that's the San Francisco attack is G-Day.
Yeah.
So it's similar to
in
like
this show, did Godzilla versus Kong and all that happen in the show yet, or is this just directly after San Francisco?
I think this is directly after San Francisco. It's in between Godzilla 2014 and Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Okay, so this is still early on.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. I was trying to figure that out. I'm like, wait a second. They keep referring G-Day, but like clearly, if they would have seen the King of the Monsters and Godzilla vs. Kong, they would just be worried about Godzilla.
Right. Yeah.
Or Moodos.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And so one of my theories is that because they did find evidence of their dad there at that place. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering if he might be in that hole in Hollow Earth, and that's why he hasn't like come back, or that's why they don't know. And also, this is a more far-fetched theory. What if her grandmother didn't die? What if those monsters like brought her back to Hollow Earth and she's there? And I don't know if they said this in the movie or if it's just a theory that being in Hollow Earth you might age differently, and that might be why Shaw is older or seems younger than his age implies. So maybe she's still alive and down there because she hasn't aged as much, or I don't know. There's a lot of things they could do with the Hollow Earth stuff.
I was gonna say they could definitely do something where it ages differently down there.
Yeah.
And we are going to learn more about Hollow Earth too. Did you see that new Godzilla and Kong trailer?
Yeah, I did. See that.
And it seems like there's a lot of Hollow Earth stuff in that movie.
Yeah. Seems much more actiony. I guess Godzilla vs. Kong was pretty actiony too. And I still like that. So we'll see.
I don't mind. It's different. A lot of people complain about the U.S. version of Godzilla.
Yeah, it
Or
is
the
definitely
release
different.
of MonsterVerse. But to me, they're just totally different.
Yeah.
Like I like the whole action. I like the action and
Yeah, it's
you get the best of both worlds. You get
yeah,
like
it's
Godzilla
true.
Minus One, and you get like this stuff.
Yep.
Was there anything else for this episode?
Let's see. I the Monarch guy on the call was just really funny to me. I don't even remember
Oh
what he
yeah,
said, but I thought that scene was really funny, and that makes me excited to see him and the main cast like possibly now work together, maybe, or I don't know, because they met at the end
yeah.
there.
Because that's because you and I were both talking about at the beginning. Like they're not bad guys, right? Like at the
Yeah,
beginning, it made it seem like they're bad guys.
right. But yeah,
So
I
now
don't know.
maybe, well, like you said, maybe they still are, but like I just never. It's obviously going to be working together.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm excited for
Um,
that. This wasn't my favorite episode, but there are things to be excited about in the future for the future episodes. So
yeah,
I'm still in it. This didn't lose me or
same. I'm
anything.
still at two,
Yeah.
and we're not even halfway yet.
Yeah, true.
So we still have a good what 6 episodes. So
6 episodes. Yep.
sweet. Yeah, that's all I had. A lot of Godzilla stuff.
Yeah, I know. Who knew we'd become a Godzilla podcast?
Seriously.
uh, that's funny. And no Invincible. Oh.
Oh yeah, no Invincible because they freaking wait mid-seasons.
Yep.
Hate when shows do that.
Yep. So other than that, did you have anything else? Are you playing anything, watching anything else? I have a couple things we can
Um,
talk about, but they'll be short.
yeah, mine are pretty short too. I already mentioned Shin Godzilla I watched. I kind of texted you about it, but I'm playing Dragon's Dogma,
Yeah.
and God, I love that game. I will admit the first few hours are slow, but once you hit that big city and it opens up,
Okay.
it's such a freaking awesome game.
Yeah, because I'm still at the slow part, and it hasn't grabbed me too much yet. But well, it's the
Yeah, it's slow.
you're playing the Dark Arisen one, right?
Yes, yep. That's basically it's the same as the original. It's the polished full version, pretty
Okay.
much. They re-released it, and that's what they re-released it
Gotcha.
as.
Okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, it takes a while to hook. Like that first few hours, it didn't hook me. But then once you get to the big city and you start talking to all the merchants and you start figuring out the upgrade system and
Okay.
stuff like so because like you have to pick. Did you already pick your what's it called the vocation or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, your like class kind of thing.
yeah, your
Yeah, that's
class.
right where I
So it's like,
ended. Is I picked the rogue class and then
oh,
stopped
okay.
playing.
So it's like it's weird because later on, like when you get to the big city and stuff, you could switch classes. So like
Oh, okay.
only certain classes when you go up levels raise certain stats. So for example,
Huh.
like I started off as a strider.
Okay.
Um and like that helps I think that helps with like stamina and that stuff. And then at level I think 10 or 15, I moved my or I redid my you could what's it called? Vocation?
Vocation. Yeah, like the
Yeah.
job.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I redid it and switched to I forgot what I am now. I think I'm a magic archer.
Oh,
And so like
interesting.
switching so you keep your level, so I was still level 15, but now I'm playing as that and I'm upgrading different stats. So if you want to
Huh.
upgrade certain stats, you have to switch your vocation, which costs it costs uh experience, but you get enough like it's not hard.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
like so if you want to have a
Interesting.
certain build, you have to like from like level 1 to 10, you'd be strider, then 10 to level 50 be magic archer, and then from like
Interesting.
50 to level 100 be a a sorcerer, and then you can go back to whatever class you really want to be. Like I want to be a magic archer, and it
I
buffs
see.
that because you got all the other stats from different vocations. So
Yeah,
it took me a while to figure that out.
yeah. That's an interesting way to do it. I'll definitely try that because
Yeah,
that sounds like an interesting system.
And honestly, the game it reminds me so much of Monster Hunter. I don't know if you've ever played Monster
I
Hunter.
played a little bit of one of the Monster Hunters. Yeah, it does. That's what it reminded me of when I was playing it.
Yeah, because you get like you could hunt beasts and you can climb beasts and like your pawns, which pawns are kind of another thing that took me a while to figure out.
Yeah.
They they'll like voice out like, hey, like go for the head. So you can climb on the
Oh,
beast and
okay.
like start slashing at the head, and like the head will fall. Like it's 10 times easier to kill instead of
Okay.
just shooting it on the foot or something.
Yeah, yeah. Huh.
Uh, so like, yeah, I know the beginning's slow. It didn't grab me right away too, but I'm telling you, once you get farther in, it grabbed me at least.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely stick with it.
Um, but yeah. Besides that, haven't watched anything else. Just some more cheesy old Christmas movies with Kara.
Nice.
Um, yeah, that's it. What about you?
Did you see the GTA 6 trailer? And what do you think of that?
Oh, I did see that, and man, that game looks awesome.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
looks so good. It looked
It
wild, like
looks
crazy.
beautiful and wild. Yeah, well, I mean, it's in Florida. Like that's a
Yes,
pretty good place for a GTA game. Like there's some crazy
it
stuff in
is.
Florida.
Vice City, man. I love the Vice City vibe, the
Yeah.
colors and the sunsets and man, I'm so excited to play that game. That game's gonna break freaking records. Do you see how
Yeah.
much YouTube videos or views it got?
No, I didn't. I just
In
watched
the
it, but I
first
didn't
like
even look.
yeah, in the first I just watched it too, and then I just saw something like on IGN or something. Like the first 24 hours, it had like 65 million views, the most
Dang.
ever for a video game in the first 24 hours.
Wow.
I think it passed more views in 24 hours than I think I read like Tears of the Kingdom,
Jeez.
Cyberpunk, and Red Dead Redemption 2 in
Oh
the
my God.
lifetime views.
Dang. Yeah, that's
And
insane.
day two, it had 100 million views. Like, I think it's the fastest viewed video besides what is it? Like a non music video. That's what it
Oh,
was.
okay. Yeah. That's
I'm
crazy.
curious how many views it got now. Let's see how much views it has now.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a lot higher.
This game's gonna freaking break records, man.
Yeah.
Uh, so you liked it though?
Yeah, it looks fun. It looks crazy.
Yeah,
And I
112 million views so
dang.
far.
I saw a video where like most of the like quick cuts of all the crazy stuff happening, like there's those are based off of real videos from Florida.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like almost every single one. It might be every single one. There's like
Like, are you talking about like those little TikTok type videos they're showing?
yeah, uh-huh. And like
Yeah,
all the scenes, like the lady like twerking on top of the car, that's a real video. I'm pretty
yeah.
sure. There's like all that
The
stuff
dude running,
is
the fat dude running in the gas station.
yeah. The guy like watering his lawn in the like the underwear. Yeah,
Like,
all that.
oh wow. What about the alligator? The freaking I saw like I'm
I'm
watching it
pretty
right now. The
sure.
alligator. I'm like,
I'm pretty sure
this
that's
game's gonna be
real.
wild, dude.
Yeah, yeah,
I can't wait for this. But yeah, I love the character. She seems interesting, and you
hmm
saw like a glimpse of the male character, which I think they're lovers, like a Bonnie and Clyde type thing. I think they're
yeah,
saying
yeah. That's what it looked like.
she looks interesting, and I guess the thing I got most from it did look beautiful. Like it looked amazing. Like it
Yeah, it
looked
looked
real.
amazing. Yeah, I know it really did.
Oh, like I'm just looking at it now. God, this game's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah, but
really
in
fun.
2025, dude.
I know, and that yeah, and PC players
Let's
are
if it
even
doesn't
more
get
annoyed
delayed.
because that's just console.
Yeah, that's true. It's just console.
Yep,
I mean, that's if it doesn't get delayed.
yep, that is
Because
also true.
games nowadays.
Yeah, who knows if we'll ever
Uh,
play this game?
I know, right? Shoot, we need to. You know, that's. What's your favorite? Did you play all the Grand Theft Auto games?
I haven't played all of them. I
No.
played 5. I played 4. Um, I I think those are the two that I actually played like the full thing. I might have just like screwed around in some of the other ones.
Yeah. Vice City was always my favorite. I always loved like the vibe and the colors of Vice City.
Yeah, that's yeah. I love the
Oh,
colors and yeah. What's
but
that? There's a there's a game I downloaded that I want to play. What's that Miami game? The why can't I think of the name of it? Hold on.
the Miami.
It's it's like the top down um video game Hotline Miami. That's one I want to try.
Wow.
I downloaded it on the PlayStation. So
Oh,
and
you
that has
did? It was on.
that same vibe.
Hmm. Yeah, that Miami vibe. You're right. Is such a good setting for Grand Theft Auto.
Yep.
How many sales do you think this game's gonna have?
More than ever. The
But
most.
the crazy thing, the crazy thing about Grand Theft Auto is like all ages and demographics will buy this game.
Yeah.
You'll have 7-year-olds telling their parents to get this game. You'll have 50-year-olds wanting to play this game. Like
Yep.
it's insane. Like this game's gonna make bank.
I wonder how many GTA 5 sold because it's going to be more than that now, I think. Like for
Let's
the
see.
start of it.
GTA 5. Are you talking about like lifetime sales?
Well, eventually it'll have more, but like the first like month I wonder how much it
I,
sold and how much more this
I,
is going to sell.
that's a good question. I wonder if GTA 6 will have more initial sales but won't have the longevity of Grand Theft Auto 5.
Maybe.
Because Grand
Although
Theft Auto 5
yeah, that
had that
has
longevity.
it definitely did. I have a feeling they'll probably want to do the same thing though cuz I'm sure that makes them a lot of money.
Because like I'm reading now, like as of November 23rd, Grand Theft Auto 5 has sold over 190 million units worldwide.
Dang.
Granted, it was on the 360,
Yeah.
PS3 and PS4 and PS5, like three
Yep.
generations. The fact
It's
it was
rivaling
always
Skyrim.
constantly in the top 10 is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So I wonder how this, like, I know this will do good initially, but I wonder if it's going to have that like longevity and, for 3 generations, it's going to sell as much.
Yeah, as long as they
Maybe it
don't
will.
screw it up and they keep supporting it, I'm sure it will.
Yeah, that's true. But no, I really liked it. I'm hyped for it.
Yeah, in
That's like
2
definitely the
years.
day one buy. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm hyped
Uh,
for it in 2 years.
yep.
That's why, like, I almost wish they didn't show it yet. Like, I was hoping it would, like, I thought it was gonna be like a late 2024. Like Christmas
Yeah,
time,
that's what I
Thanksgiving time.
expected when I first watched the trailer, and then it said 2025. I was like, oh, dang.
And I bet you it will be around holidays
Yeah,
2025.
yeah,
So you're right. It's probably gonna be a couple of years.
yep,
But yeah, that was great. Can't wait. Looked good. Didn't disappoint.
yep, agreed.
Um,
The only other thing I had is I also downloaded Undertale, and I'm gonna give that a go. I've wanted to play that
mm,
game for a while, so I'm excited to try that.
that amazing song.
I know, it has such good music.
Yeah, you have to let me know how that is. That's on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, you'll have to let me know how that is. You might want to check that
yeah,
out
I
too.
played like the first like 20 minutes of it, and it's interesting so far. It's different
Cool.
than other games I've played. So I'm excited to get into it.
Interesting. Did you bite on that on the Mario games yet?
Not yet. I might still
No.
though. Yeah.
Yeah. Christmas present to yourself.
Yeah, I might get my sister that and get me one too. Of like because she has a Switch, so I might get her the 2-pack thing that she can use, and then might just buy myself that too.
Yeah, it's not a bad deal. I mean, you'd save $40.
Yeah.
50 bucks. $99 for 2 games.
Yeah.
And Nintendo, they hardly go on sale,
Yeah.
especially the ones I
Never.
want, like Mario Wonder and RPG
Yeah. That's not
just
going on
came
sale.
out. Yeah, freaking Nintendo. Oh,
Yep. And then I'm also going to watch Shin Godzilla. So that's my plan for the
yes.
week.
Yeah. I'm curious what you'll think on it. Like in my like yeah, I'm just curious what you think about it. It wasn't my favorite. But like I look at reviews and everyone has such good reviews.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if
Interesting.
it's because I just watched this other movie or if it's because maybe it's just not my style of storytelling.
Yeah, that could be.
But yeah, you'll have to let me know what you think. I think you're gonna agree with me, but I'm curious.
Yeah. I'll definitely watch that this week and we can confer next
Um,
week.
is there oh, excuse me. Any homework, any movies we're missing out this week? Or
That's a good question.
I haven't we watched so much last week. I'm like, wait,
I
we don't have
know.
anything this week.
Let's
Mm.
see. When does Aquaman come out? That might be one. Oh, I kind of
Well,
want to
that's like
see. I don't know. Have you
somewhere.
ever seen any Studio Ghibli movies?
No. Oh yeah, I saw what's it, Spirit?
Spirited
That
Away.
one?
Is that the one
Yeah,
you're talking?
Spirited Away, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
great one.
Spirited.
They have one coming out called The
Spirit. I think
Boy and
that's
the
a
Heron this week. That's one I eventually want to
yeah,
see, but
I've heard of that one too. Oh, I saw a trailer of that when I saw Godzilla too.
okay. I still haven't
Mhm.
seen a trailer for it, but I love
Yeah.
the
It
movies from
looks it
Studio
looks
Ghibli.
good. Mhm.
But that's the only
Yeah, it
thing
looks good.
really for this week that I see coming out
Yeah,
that
you're
I'd
right.
want to see.
You're right. I think Aquaman's late. And I'm not like even super excited for Aquaman to be
I don't
honest.
even. Is this the third one? Because I might have missed one, to be honest. Or is this the second
No,
one?
it's the second one. It's the
Okay.
second one.
Okay.
What about Wonka, man?
Uh, I mean,
What do, what
maybe.
are the reviews on
I
Wonka?
don't know.
Oh, 85 on Rotten Tomatoes, certified
Hmm,
fresh. Interesting.
okay. That one's been
I
pretty
mean, I
off
don't
my
necessarily
radar,
see that.
but
It's been off my radar too, and I'm not necessarily interested in it. But uh yeah, good reviews. I'm actually surprised.
hmm, yeah.
Um I saw Trolls, the new Trolls movie with Avia.
Oh, nice. Did she like it?
Oh, she loved it.
Yeah, I bet.
I liked it too. It was better than the second one.
Oh, okay. Jeez,
Little
there's three
1 minute
troll
review
movies.
of Trolls. Yeah, there's three Trolls.
Wow.
Trolls 3 was better than Trolls 2, not as good as Trolls 1. A good 6 out of 10. It's a good little movie to watch with your kiddos. Good
Nice.
good fun singing. Good songs, I should say.
Okay. Nice.
Um there's another one I wanted to watch, but I don't want to see it in theaters. It's a Napoleon. You seen the
Oh
trailer
yeah,
for
I
that?
do eventually want to see that one too. Yeah, that looks pretty good.
It's an it's an Apple original movie, so I'm just gonna wait till it's on
Oh,
like
yeah.
Apple Plus.
Yeah, that makes sense.
um it was directed by Ridley Scott too, so I was kind of interested in it.
Yeah, I'm definitely down for that.
So whenever that goes on Apple TV.
Yep.
But yeah, I got nothing else.
Yeah, I think I'm good too. All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining this week, and we will talk to you next week.
Peace.